أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of the world. And peace and blessings of Allah be upon all of His prophets and messengers, and also especially the final prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. My brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There was a kingdom wherein there lived a king and his servant. But this servant, he was so submissive and so obedient to his king, to the extent the king was so happy about him, and king decided to reward him a ransom of his good deed. So in that case, the king said, I'm going to reward you because of your good deeds, of all what you have done for me, being so obedient. So what the king decided to do, the king told him that I'm going to give you the opportunity to go into my treasure room. And within the treasure room, there lies all of the treasure of the king, that is, gold and diamonds on one side, food, the best of all food on one side, and also furnitures like bed, and also furniture like a chairs or something like that. But the king said, with a condition that you are only allowed to take whatsoever you have to take within 6 hours. The king said, I'm going to give you 6 hours to choose. Take whatsoever you have to take. So the servant was so happy. So when he entered into the treasure room, after seeing all of those things for his very first time, he had never seen anything like a gold, a diamond, with all the time he had been serving the king. He never see any food like the food he saw within the storeroom. He never see any furniture like the bed to sleep on or a chair. So he decided, he said, I have more time, let me enjoy myself. He said, 6 hours is a lot of time, I can even relax. So he decided the first thing he begins to collect was food. He went to the food and he started eating the food, eating until he was fed up. So when he was so fed up, after eating a lot of food, he said, wow, I still have more time, let me rest. I've never slept on a golden bed. I've never slept on a bed that is made of gold and diamond. So he went and lied down. While sleeping, the 6 hours is gone. Until the security came and said to him, young man, your time is done, you have to go. He said, no, I still have to take. I'm supposed to take. He said, no, your time is done. You have nothing to take. You even eat more time that is out of your time. So what do we take out of this story? There is what they call a moral lesson in every story. That this is a reality of we the human being living on this earth. We think we have all the time in our favor. We think we have to enjoy our life. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah 16, chapter 16 of the Holy Quran, verse 18, by the name, the chapter of the bee, Surah An-Nahl. بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإن تعدوا نعمة الله لا تحصوها إن الله لغفور رحيم. Indeed, opportunity comes but once sometime. Whenever you are given an opportunity, if you don't make use of that opportunity, if it's gone, you may not have it again. Especially the opportunity of life we have today. Life, you only have to live once. When you are dead, you have nothing to do. That's not the time to work. This is the time we have to work in this war on this planet. So the moral lesson we learn from this story is that a human being, you don't have time. There are things that are more important than what you think you are doing, like eating food, dressing. You want to ride the most beautiful, the most expensive car. You want to you want to have the most expensive house. These are all necessity, things that are necessary to carry on, but they are not your aim and goal. You have something bigger that you were created for. We as a human being, we were created on a purpose. That is to reach to your destination, which we call Al-Kamal. So, my brother and sister, this is the same thing that has to do with the month of Ramadan. Now, a few days ago, we began the month of Ramadan by day 1. Now we've gone. We are at the middle. Subhanallah. How many days remaining? But the blessing and the mercy of Allah still remaining. So you still have time to collect within the period of time you have. Don't say, I'm going to wait for the Laylatul Qadr. We don't know. We are only guessing, but it is not really narrated that this particular night is a night of Laylatul Qadr. That's why in some narration says that Yeshua begins to look for the Laylatul Qadr immediately from the 15th. Some says from the 20th to the end of Ramadan. But some says again, begin your Laylatul Qadr immediately at the beginning of the month of Ramadan. You have to keep each and every night holy and equally in worship, in recitation of the Quran, in searching for knowledge, helping people day and night, being so much good. So in that case, we want to talk about some of the things that the Holy Prophet also discusses that is necessary to carry on in this month. We discussed some of them in our previous lectures. So there are more. Rasulullah told us, saying the blessings are so much, we still need to continue to do more. There are things that when you do within this month of Ramadan, you have reward in this world and hereafter. So the Holy Prophet began by saying, Ayyuhan nas, O my people, man hassana minkum fi hadha ash-shahr khuluquhu kana lahu jawazan ala sirati yawma tazullu fihi al-aqdam. Subhanallah. The Holy Prophet is trying to tell us that this is the month of discipline. You have to disciplinize yourself. You have to be very careful of your moral conduct. How do you talk to people? How do you walk towards other people? What is your interaction with other people? This is a month of discipline. Whosoever that disciplines himself in this month, on the day of judgment, Allah will give him a guarantee for him to cross the Siratul Mustaqim. We all been hearing that the Siratul Mustaqim is a bridge that will be crossed on the day of judgment between hell and heaven. And it is also said that beneath the bridge there lies hellfire. And the length of that bridge, it is so small to the extent you are only going to cross that bridge based on your good work, your good deeds. Yes. That's why the Holy Prophet says, whosoever has a good discipline and a good manner in this month, you are going to cross that bridge within a twinkle of an eye. Some people will cross that bridge, but unfortunately it will be very difficult for them. Some people it's going to take hours. Some people are going to take what? Some hours can move. But if you want to cross that bridge to reach to heaven so quickly, you have to discipline yourself. You have to be very careful what you say to people and what you do not say to people. That's one aspect. And another aspect, Rasulullah says, وَمَنْ كَفَّ فِيهِ شَرَّهُ كَفَّ اللَّهُ عَنْهُ غَضَبَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Subhanallah. In this month of Ramadan, whosoever that hold on to their anger, that hold on to their bad deeds, maybe you are someone who you are rude to your elderly people, you are rude to your parents, you are rude to people who you are not supposed to, even your youngest one. Not only elder, sometimes you don't speak to people. Everybody has problem with you when it comes to your manner. Rasulullah is saying, whosoever that puts stop to it for the sake of this month, on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reduce his anger on you. On that day, God is going to be so angry on his creation. Look around the world, what is going on now? How can God not be angry on us? Human being, we are doing things against the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So on that day, that's what Allah says, Al-mulku al-yawma lillahi al-wahid al-qahhar. All power return back to Allah. Allah is the owner of that day. So if you want God's anger to be what? Or very little on you, or God to be happy with you, you have to reduce all your bad deeds. And the Prophet continues saying, وَمَنْ أَكْرَمَ فِيهِ يَتِيمًا أَكْرَمَهُ اللَّهُ يَوْمَ يَلْقَاهُ. Also in this month of Ramadan, in every month we have to be what? Very, very, very soft towards the orphans. You know, in the religion of Islam, one of those personalities that Islam focuses on are the orphans. We have to be careful. Careful in a sense that we should know how we talk to them, we treat them. So in the month of Ramadan, we have to be careful. We have to be nice to them. We have to take care of them, so that on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also have mercy on us. And also Rasulullah also said, وَمَنْ وَصَلَ فِيهِ رَحِمَهُ وَصَلَهُ اللَّهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ يَلْقَاهُ. Whosoever that join in this month is a month of unity. If you are, unite with your family member, your brothers and sisters in Islam. Stop castigating about people. Stop telling these people this is not a good Muslim, this is a good Muslim. No, you have to be united as a Muslim around the world. We need to work in one hand towards the development of the religion of Islam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said by his prophet that whosoever that unite, if you guys, people, you are united, divided, we fall. But if we are divided, we fall so quickly. This is a simple equation. So we have to be united. Be united in your home. Be united with your brothers and sisters. Be united with your parents. Respectful towards them. Be obedient towards them. So this is the moment Rasulullah said, if you are united with your family, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment, you'll be so merciful towards you. وَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ وَمَنْ قَطَعَ فِيهِ رَحِمَهُ قَطَعَ اللَّهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامِ يَلْقَاهُ. Whosoever that has the habit, or when you separate with your family, you are lack of unity, you don't want to unite with people. All the time you feel like you are the best, you know everything. You don't want to share idea with people. On the day of judgment, Allah will be so angry with you, and you will not be under His mercy. وَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ بِصَلَاةٍ كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَهُ بَرَاءَةً مِنَ النَّارِ. This is a month that we need to take care of our prayer. The Holy Prophet said, if you maintain your prayer, especially your 5 daily prayer in this month, on the day of judgment, Allah will free you from those who are going to enter into hellfire. Why? Because one of the main pillars, not even the one of, but the main pillar in the religion of Islam is a salat. As-salatu amududdin, in qubila ma siwaraha, wa in rudda ma siwaraha. On the day of judgment, the first thing that is going to be taken accountable is your salat. If your salat is incorrect, if your salat is in full, any other good deeds will be followed. But if on the day of judgment, your salat is nowhere to be counted, you are weak sometimes, you are on and off. You only pray on Friday, or you only pray maybe time this and no. You have to maintain your prayer. Whatsoever condition you find yourself in, maintain your prayer, because this is our passport in the religion of Islam. Whosoever that maintain their prayer, on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will free him from entering into hellfire. And the Holy Prophet also said, وَمَنْ أَدَى فِيهِ فَرْضًا كَانَ لَهُ ثَوَابٌ مِّمَنْ أَدَى 70 فَرِيضَةً فِي مَا سِوَاهُ مِنْ شُهُورٍ. In the month of Ramadan, if you also maintain your compulsory aspect, the prayer, and things that you are supposed to do and things that you are not supposed to do, that it has to do if you leave unlawful things. The best form of worship in the sight of Allah is for you to leave all unlawful things. That if you leave unlawful things in this month of Ramadan, you maintain your prayer, you read your Quran, have good connection with God. God says on the day of judgment, what? He said He will mark for you, and He will tell the angels to write down for you each compulsory prayer you do, like Salatul Subuh. He will reward you 70 times. Could you imagine if you maintain it? That's another aspect. And one of the best aspects that I really love within the saying of the Holy Prophet, he said, وَمَنْ أَكْثَرَ فِيهِ مِنَ الصَّلَاةِ عَلَيَّ ثَقَّلَ اللَّهُ مِيزَانَهُ يَوْمَ تَخُفُّ الْمَوَازِينُ. Subhanallah. Rasulullah says, whosoever that made peace and blessing on me and my household, he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will make on the day of judgment, your scale will be so heavy. So one of the best work in life, in your life, in the religion of Islam, is for you to invoke peace and blessing on the Prophet. Like the Quran says, Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi, ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So this is how we have to say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. You do it more and over every day. Anything you find yourself doing, make sure you recite salat on the Holy Prophet, and also do more istighfar. Ask forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the last aspect here, what the Prophet says again, وَمَنْ تَلَى فِيهِ آيَةً مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ كَانَ لَهُ مِثْلُ أَجْرِ مَنْ خَتَمَ الْقُرْآنَ فِي غَيْرِهِ مِنَ الشُّهُورِ. As we said, this is the month, the breath month of the Holy Quran. This is the month that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals the holy book of the Holy Quran, which is the Holy Quran. So Rasulullah said, whosoever that recites a single ayah, a single verse from the Quran, or a single chapter from the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to pay you for single ayah, chapter, or verse in the Quran. Is going to be equivalent to someone who recite the Holy Quran completely out of the month of Ramadan. Subhanallah. So inshallah, these are some of the necessary things that we need to continue. Don't say the month of Ramadan is already finished. No, every day and every night in the month of Ramadan is considered to be very, very, very important. So this is why we see it necessary to give you guys this information. We shouldn't make use of this opportunity, inshallah. We ask Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase us in knowledge, wisdom, and also with His a blessing, so we can have more time and more Ramadan in our life, inshallah. So inshallah, this is where I'm going to stop. And because we end on the Holy Quran, I just want to say our following following episode we'll be talking about the Layal al-Qadr, about the Laylat al-Qadr, which has to do with the Holy Quran, because we say that the Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan, but there's a historical analysis towards it, and there's also some proof that we have to prove that how the Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan, and how was it revealed also systematically. وأقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.